And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk, easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Crawford been doing this his entire life. His mama got him ready for this moment. His mama got him ready for this moment. Yeah, fighting grown men when he was a kid. Beating on grown men. She used to pay people in the neighborhood to try to kick her by her son's behind just to man him up. This ain't nothing new. Just cause you big.
You see I'm different.
I see you too.
You see I'm different than all the other ones.
No, I see you. No, you don't know different. You're nothing different.
I'm different.
Nothing different.
I'm different.
We'll see.
You gonna see.
We'll
you know
see.
it.
We'll see.
We gonna
son.
see.
Turn the pressure up. I don't quit. I don't fold under pressure. I'm the best, and I know I'm the best. And you know I'm the best.
What's going on, Boxing Nation, DMV fanatics, DMV Nation? It's your boy DMV back with another one here for the second installment. This time it's the keys to victory for Terence Crawford. And as you're going to notice, there are 5 keys. For the Canelo film work and all of that stuff, I had 3 keys for Canelo because I feel like it's just that cut and dry for Canelo. But I feel like there's many more avenues for Crawford in the uphill battle going up 3 weight classes. Now, when you hear guys like Roy Jones or Andre Ward tell it, because Bud is already, a guy that walks around mid 180s, maybe high 170s, he's really not going up 3 weight classes, but coming down. But that's beside the point. It's a tough battle against the best fighter that he's ever fought in Canelo, who's a legend, who's also a Hall of Famer, and also an undisputed champion. If you got to dethrone the champion, you're going to have to be able to do these things. You're going to have to dominate Canelo. You're not going to be able to go into and have a close fight and expect to walk out of there with the belt. You're going to have to take the fight to him. So let's get into the points, right? The first point is the front foot battle. Canelo likes to control the pace of fights with the front foot. Canelo, not known for pushing a high pace, but he's a guy that likes to fight controlled. He likes to be the guy with the high IQ in the ring. So he's going to try and control you with that front foot. And he's gotten a lot better over the years at cutting the ring off against guys that have a lot of mobility. So you got to be able to control that front foot. If Crawford is going to do mainly southpaw like we've seen him do, he's going to have to keep that foot on the outside so that he can pivot in and out of trouble with Canelo. As we know, he has some thumping power. Second, mental fortitude. The biggest thing for me when I watched the fights that he lost against Floyd Mayweather, against Dimitri Bivol, when I watched that, Bivol, I think it's Bivol. I think that's how you say it, but I've been calling him Bivol for so long. That's beside the point. He went through hell in order to dominate Canelo in that fight. The first 4 rounds, he took a lot of punches on the forearms, took a lot of punches on the shoulders. You're going to have to endure some of that thumping power, and especially if you're within range. And as you can see, Bivol did a hell of a job against Beterbiev doing the same thing. But that's what you're going to have to do in a fight against Canelo. And looking at Terence Crawford, he's not a guy that's going to move a whole bunch. He's not going to slip a whole bunch of punches and be that defensively responsible. Let's just keep it a buck. He's trade one. He's trade one. He's take a punch, trade a punch. My punch is better than yours for the most part, right? He has boxing skills, but Bud likes to get down to business. Bud likes to fight. Let's just keep it a buck. So that mental fortitude is going to have to get him through the first 6 rounds of this fight. And we all know about the gas tank of Canelo, and we'll get into that. The next part is timing. You're going to have to be able to time him up. And I think that Bud does an excellent job of that with his IQ. They call it collecting data, right? A lot of boxing faithful, they say Bud collects data. Floyd collects data. They're those type of fighters, right? he's going to have to be able to time Canelo in some of his patterns. And Canelo does a good job of switching it up. And he's great with, say slipping punches. Very, very great. But it's very important that your 1-2 combo, your 1-2-1, your 2-1-2, like your 1-2 punches, your jab and your brick, they're gonna have to be on point, because I think moving forward to Canelo, because he doesn't have the greatest feet, I think those are the best punches to hit him with. And so Bud is gonna have to time him up. And also too, Bud does a good job of getting in range, which is the next point, and then getting out of range and then making you walk into something. So I think it's important that he's able to time up his 1-2. And then number 4, which is the range, you're going to have to find the correct range in which you can, cause trouble for Canelo. Now, this is the thing that Bud does well, turning defense into offense real quick. He's going to have to be able to do that. But with that, he's going to have to find the correct range in which he can do that. I did in the previous video where sometimes dipping out of range, he'll take a punch here and there. He's going to have to be defensively responsible when he does that this time. Bro, you can't have your hands down. You got to keep your hands up, because Canelo I'm telling you, something will be coming back your way. And when he gets frustrated too, and if you're hitting combos here and there, he can catch you on the way out. So, and then my last point is pressure and work rate. Canelo does not like a high work rate, and Canelo doesn't like pressure. What I mean by pressure doesn't necessarily mean that I'm trying to throw 1,000 punches at you. The type of pressure that Canelo doesn't like is pivoting. He doesn't like pivoting and making him throw back and making him be defensively responsible. Canelo's gas tank, Canelo, if there's one con of Canelo, it's that gas tank. You want to make sure that you push Canelo to the point that Canelo wants to lay up on the ropes to get a break, but you're not giving him a break. That's where Canelo can fall apart. Canelo likes to take breaks, especially later on in fights when he feels like he's banked enough rounds. And let's keep it a buck. Canelo is definitely favored by the judges. Some judge out there, some crazy person, judged the Floyd Mayweather fight and called it a draw. You're not going to go in there thinking that you're going to beat him on the scorecards. Bivol whooped up on him, and the scorecards were a lot closer than what it truly was. You can't allow Canelo to take breaks. When he's trying to take a break, you got to be working. And I think that Bud can do that by pivoting, by making sure that you stay on top of that 1-2, that you're countering the right way, and just, you have elite condition. So make sure you show that. But this is a very dangerous fight, and what I'm asking Bud to do is very dangerous. But I think that this might be the only way that he can win this fight, because I don't think Bud is just going to move around. Even Floyd didn't even move around. Floyd kind of stayed in the pocket, made a miss, because he throws a lot of intentional punches with a lot of what he has, and made him tire out that way. I think that the Bud is going to have to do something similar, but more like Bivol opposed to Floyd. But you guys let me know what you think in the comment section, how you think Bud can win this fight, or how you see this fight going. I'm going to give my final prediction in a short on Friday around the wake time. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. We out. Peace.